Hello guys, this is Mary's channel. In this video, you're gonna learn Pythagorean Theorem, applying the simple Pythagorean Theorem in the right triangle. If you wanna learn this, just keep watching in this video.
In this video, we are focused on the introduction of Pythagorean Theorem, or we are focusing Pythagorean Theorem. So what is Pythagorean Theorem? States that the sum of the squares in a right triangle's legs will equals the square and the hypotenuse, the side opposite the right angle. Or in popular algebraic form, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And it is also a valuable technique for building and navigation once it can find the length of a side given the lengths of the other two sides. So what's the purpose of Pythagorean Theorem? So it can be used to figure out how long the diagonal of linking them is. This program is commonly used in architecture, woodworking, and other types of physical creation. So this is the form of Pythagorean Theorem. So one right angle and two acute angles may create a right angle triangle. The hypotenuse is the side of the right triangle or right angle that is opposite the right angle. It has two more sides, which are referred to as its legs. So let's proceed. This is the form of Pythagorean Theorem. We have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. The hypotenuse is the longest side of the right triangle, longer than the legs. So this is our hypotenuse. The base and perpendicular sides of a right angle triangle are commonly referred to as the base and perpendicular of our legs. So here, this is the height or our v, and this is our base. So this is the square root of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two legs according to the Pythagorean theorem. So that is. So here are the examples. Number one example, we have height 6 and base is 8, and the unknown side is our hypotenuse. And then second example is we have height 12 centimeter and the base 16 centimeter, and our unknown side is hypotenuse. So let's solve that two examples. Always remember this algebraic popular algebraic form, Pythagorean theorem, or this formula a squared plus b squared equals c squared if we are going to find the hypotenuse of a right triangle, if we are going to find the unknown side or hypotenuse in a right triangle. So this example number one is we have a squared plus b squared equals c squared, because hypotenuse is our unknown side. So we are going to solve that. So our height here is 6, and our base is 8, and our c is x. So that is our unknown side. So just substitute these two values. Our a is base is 8, so 8 squared plus our height 6 squared equals x squared. So what is this? So 6 squared equals 36 plus 8 squared equals 64. So 36 plus 64 equals x squared. Then if you're going to add that, so it would become 100 equals x squared. So to solve for x, just take a square to both sides. So we have square root of 100 equals 10. So our value for x now is 10. So that is our hypotenuse. So next example, we have this height 12 centimeter and the base 16 centimeter. So unknown value is hypotenuse again. So just substitute those value. So we have our base is 16 squared plus our height is 12 squared, and then so x squared equals 12 times 12 equals 144, and then this 16 squared equals 256. So we have now equation x squared equals 144 plus 256. After that, just add these numbers, it would become 400. And then to solve the x, just take a square to both sides. Then x is equal to the square root of 400. Since 400 is a perfect square, then the square root of that is 20. So the x is 20 centimeter. So this would be 20 centimeter. 20 centimeter. So let's proceed. In finding the base, we can find the base A of a right triangle if we know the length of the height B and the hypotenuse C. So this is the example. How are you going to find the base now? So, since the hypotenuse squared is equal to the height squared plus the base squared, the equation is... So always remember the Pythagorean Theorem formula to find the unknown side. So for hypotenuse, if the right triangle, the unknown is the hypotenuse, just follow this equation, c squared equals e squared plus b squared to solve the hypotenuse. So for the height, b squared equals e squared plus b squared. So and for the base, a squared equals c squared minus b squared. Minus b squared.